Cops often have to arrest dangerous criminals, but what happens when a cop stops another supposed cop?
Are you commissioned to carry a gun?
No.
You realize wearing the sheriff on your chest is basically impersonating law enforcement.
Here were times where people got caught impersonating police officers. Starting off with 19-year-old Jackson Jones. He was stopped by 2 police officers in the state of Oklahoma. He claimed that he was an undercover police officer traveling from Tennessee, but the cops weren't buying it at all.
You got any kind of employment identification?
Dude, they don't give me that when you work at the jail.
Really? You don't have like an access card or an ID badge or anything for the facility that you work at?
I don't. I can show you my face though.
Are you commissioned to carry a gun?
No, I'm not even.
You're not?
No.
Okay.
I don't even have a gun on me.
Well, you realize wearing the sheriff on your chest is basically impersonating law enforcement,
Is that
whether or not you're carrying a gun.
Jackson?
Okay, but are you commissioned to be carrying a gun and do you have arrest powers?
I don't. What do you mean? I don't even have a gun.
That's beside the fact. You're wearing a patch that says sheriff.
Okay.
That's impersonating law enforcement.
I've worn it all the time at the jail before though.
Okay, well that might be true and fine within the jail, but when you come out to public, you don't have any arrest powers. You're not commissioned. Do you understand?
I understand that.
Jackson tries to make up a story where the jail doesn't let him have any form of an ID, and that he doesn't have a gun, but he does have the vest off. This makes it obvious that he's impersonating a police officer, so the actual officers take him out of the car and begin searching his vehicle.
You don't mind if I search the car?
I don't care if it's car.
Okay, cool. Step on out if you don't mind. Drop your cord there. Face the vehicle, I'll just check you for, make sure you don't have any guns or nothing. Okay. Alright, if you wouldn't, that's fine. If you wouldn't mind, go ahead and take the vest off and just sit it in the car. Just all kinds of red flags, man. I would not drive from Tennessee with a vest carrier on.
No.
Or even a duty belt on.
As soon as I get off, I take that shit off. Yeah. I'm tired of being in it.
I hate driving from Topgolf to my house with this shit on.
the least amount of time that I can spend in this thing, the better.
And his vest doesn't even feel like it has any kind of Kevlar or anything in it.
They were not buying what Jackson was saying, but there were 2 witnesses who explained what they saw. Long story short, they saw Jackson pulling over cars and Jackson telling them that he was an undercover cop.
Can I help you, sir? He's like, well, I was wondering what was your problem? You were staring at me over in the driveway. And I said, yeah, I was kind of curious who you was because that's kind of odd that I didn't know who you was. I was kind of curious. I lived down the road. I was kind of see what was going on. And I was staring at you to see who you was. He goes, I'm a undercover cop for Wellston.
Hearing this, the officers arrested Jackson right then and there.
Turn around and face the other way. Put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest for impersonating law enforcement, alright?
Jackson was charged with impersonating a police officer and was sentenced to 6 months in county jail with a $2,000 fine. But what happens when you try to impersonate a U.S. Marshal and you get caught red-handed?
So you're a U.S. Marshal. Do you want to hold on to that? Because ultimately you're going to go to jail for that, okay? So this is your opportunity to come clean.
On July 31st, 2023, Marion County Sheriff's Office deputy was fueling his patrol vehicle when he observed a black pickup truck passing a red light with his emergency lights on. The problem was that there weren't any calls indicating an emergency around the area, so they stopped the vehicle to figure out any further information.
You have your driver's license on? Yeah, it looks suspicious, and yes. Ultimately he's driving a GMC pickup truck. It's personally registered to him. It's got lights and sirens. I watched him run the intersection, and I got up to the vehicle. There's no rear view mirror. He handed me credentials, which was just the badge. He does not have other credentials, and said that that's in his other car. He's saying he's on shift work, and he's got to be back in shift in 2 hours. Again, none of this really makes any sense.
The officers started to get very suspicious after the U.S. Marshal impersonator, Derry Wayne Lambert, couldn't offer proper verification that he was a U.S. Marshal. He only had a badge and emergency lights on his personal vehicle, which was very suspicious.
Hey, we got somebody on the phone who wants to ask you a few questions.
Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Sir, what is your name?
Derry Lambert.
Okay, what district do you work out of?
I work out of Texas, but they got me down. They got me down in Florida right now, looking into Marion Oaks. There's two gangs out there that are riding on a four-wheeler with a pole on it, busting into people's houses.
Okay, so
And they got a
what
call,
district
so I
in Texas do you
chased.
work out of?
What's that?
What district in Texas do you work out of?
Dallas.
Okay.
My mom's in the hospital in Moffitt Cancer Center, so I flew back down to my second house.
That's a federal crime to
Yeah, exactly. I know exactly. Yeah, exactly. Force the night.
All right, do me a favor. Just go ahead and turn around for me. Go ahead, put your hands behind your back.
For what?
I'll explain it to you.
Oh my God.
All right. So you're going to be arrested for impersonating a police officer, okay? I'm going to go ahead and read this to you, okay?
After communicating with the U.S. Marshal Service, it was confirmed that Derry was arrested on the scene where they gave him one more chance to come clean.
So you're U.S. Marshal. Do you want to hold on to that? Because ultimately you're going to go to jail for that, okay? So this is your opportunity to come clean.
I'm telling you the truth.
Okay.
If you want to follow me home.
No, we're not following you home. You're going to jail. Okay? You understand that? Do you understand that right now? Okay? You are being arrested for impersonating a police officer.
Marion County, Florida.
Do you want to call Mike Rosen?
Nope, I've called everybody I needed to call. Okay?
My badge.
What do you, by your badge, what is your badge?
It's in that front bag right there. Wherever
Okay,
you put it.
what is it?
It says U.S. Marshals.
Okay, so you are identifying yourself as a U.S. Marshal.
Yes.
He stuck to his story of him being a U.S. Marshal, where he later was charged with false impersonation of a law enforcement officer, unlawful use of blue lights, unlawful use of a badge, and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. He was then transported to Marion County Jail, but his troubles didn't end there. The officer found several diazepam pills concealed in Derry's wallet, which added two more charges: possession of diazepam and introduction of contraband into a detention facility, bringing the total to 6 charges.
So they told you that they found some pills inside your wallet?
Yeah, they're prescribed
Okay. Where's your prescription at?
in my house.
Okay. You know you cannot carry pills on you without the prescription container?
The doctor told me I always could have them.
I'm sorry?
My doctor always told me that. My doctor's numbers and cards in my file that they wouldn't give me.
Okay. No doctor's going to tell you that you can carry around pills without a prescription container.
I had the prescription.
You gotta have the prescription container, okay? So you're also being charged with that, and you're also being charged with the introduction into a county facility, okay? So you're gonna have 6 charges.
Derry later admitted that he wasn't a U.S. Marshal inside the jail. But what happens when a drunk man pretends to be a cop to avoid arrest?
That threaten anyone by killing or hurting anyone. I know the law.
Okay, then you understand disorderly conduct and public
I'm
drunk.
state patrol.
You're state patrol.
I know a little bit more than you.
Do you have your ID?
Do you need my ID?
You're identifying yourself as a state trooper. I want your
No,
ID.
sir. You don't need my ID. I know a little bit more than you do.
On July 1st, 2023, 34-year-old William Godsey was in a local bar when he was being violent and threatening other customers. Gwinnett County Police later came onto the scene, but he would never expect what would happen next.
What's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
We have some trouble in here.
Are we having trouble in
That's
here?
what I've heard.
Oh, God. Are you Gwinnett County?
Yep.
Thank you.
All right. Do you have a tab open?
Do I or do I not?
I don't know. I'm asking you.
Who knows?
Okay. Do you have a tab you need to pay because you're going to be leaving?
Of course.
Okay. Then let's get his tab. He doesn't have one.
I'm gonna walk.
He's good. Do you have a ride?
No.
How are you getting home?
Who knows? Y'all know.
Well, let's go step outside.
Let's go.
How did you get here?
Who knows?
So why are you being so uncooperative? I'm just trying to ask some simple questions,
I
man.
don't believe in alcohol. I don't believe in cops. I don't believe in meth. I don't believe in anything. I believe in God.
Show me out on a signal 28.
William was clearly not sober and was making questionable statements. What he says is a next offense.
That threaten anyone by killing or hurting anyone. I know the law.
Okay. Then you
Bro,
understand. Understand disorderly conduct and public
I'm
drunk.
state patrol.
You're state patrol.
I know a little bit more than you.
Do you have your ID?
Do you need my ID?
You're identifying yourself as a state trooper. I want your
No,
ID.
sir. You don't need my ID. I know a little bit more than you do.
Let me see your ID right now, because I'm investigating disorderly conduct and public drunk. So give me your ID.
Public drunk. Did I leave here drunk?
Give me your ID. I'm not debating this with you.
My wallet's gone.
Have a seat for me.
Not going to. I know my rights, brother.
William then tries to impersonate as a state trooper but does not provide a proper ID. The police then asked him to sit down, William refusing, but the police had no probable cause to detain him. Right now, William is drunk in public, which is an offense of public intoxication.
That's not what you said. You said you were state patrol. Because then you made a point to say that you know the law more than me. So I'm asking you if you're state patrol.
I do know a little bit more than you.
What's your
I know
badge
what's
number?
going on in the world more.
Are you a trooper? Are you a law enforcement officer certified in the state of Georgia? Yes, sir, it does.
We need to go to court. Where's the judge?
I'm sorry?
I said we need to
Get your hands out of your pockets. I'm not going to ask you again.
We need to go to court. Where's the judge?
Why do we need to go to court?
Because you're right and I'm wrong.
But he's going to go for public drunk or disorderly conduct. I can do that on a citation. All right, William, step on out for me, please.
Oh, yes, sir.
Come to the back of the car.
Oh, yes, sir.
You are going to be placed under arrest for disorderly conduct tonight, okay?
Okay.
Can I talk to the cop, Chad?
Yeah, you're on speakerphone.
Sir, I'll be there in 30 minutes to get him. Can you please not do this?
No, he's going to go to jail tonight. The problem is, my biggest issue, well, I've got many issues, but what sealed the deal was you out here in the parking lot in a family-friendly establishment peeing in a bottle. That's unacceptable. You could have asked, but you didn't.
Go to the bathroom.
You could have asked, but you didn't. You came over here. It's indecent. You're intoxicated. We could go and charge you with more things, but instead I'm going to do disorderly conduct and solve the problem for tonight.
The police department then arrested William for public intoxication, disorderly conduct, and impersonation of an officer. This next case shows a cop impersonator claiming to be an off-duty hero.
Hi. Who do you work for? This is my company. I'm an off-duty hero operator. This is my company. Okay. Yeah, I do criminal details. Yeah.
So you look like me, you're impersonating a police officer.
On July 20th, 2022, 33-year-old Jaredson Mackey was allegedly spotted flashing emergency lights in a retired police cruiser, so police pulled him over.
Hey, partner.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Officer Park with the Akron Police Department.
How are you?
The only reason why I'm pulling you over, I guess y'all were, well, that's my chief of police right there. He saw y'all go around traffic. He was trying to figure out who y'all were with or what was going on.
Okay.
So he called out on the radio and asked for a marked unit, and that's why I got you pulled over.
That's fine.
So, I'll just let him come up if you want to ask. Who y'all work for, Georgia Metropolitan?
Yeah, I'm an off-duty hero operator.
Oh, off-duty hero operator?
How you doing, Chief?
Hey.
I'm an off-duty operator. I just was working off criminal detail. That's my ID. That's my badge. Yeah, I just work in a criminal detail. I went to get my car checked out because you can see all the lights on.
Why is the car registered to an individual?
That's mine. This is my company.
So what are you doing with all these red lights?
When the chief came on the scene, he immediately questioned on why he had an emergency light on in his personal vehicle. That alone is a violation and could get him arrested. But let's see Mackey try his best to get out of this situation.
All this emergency lights. And did I see you using emergency lights to pull out into traffic on Lake Eckworth Drive?
Oh, no, because I couldn't get through, Chief. You notice? That's a standstill. So I flashed the lights so people could see me that I was trying to get in the line.
Who do you work for?
This is my company. I'm an off-duty hero operator. This is my company.
Okay.
Yeah, I do criminal details. Yeah.
So you look like me, you're impersonating a police officer.
Oh, no, sir. I'm not impersonating, sir.
You got any ID on you?
Yes, sir. We look in the front. We look in the front.
I see red lights. I saw red lights when you pulled out.
Yeah, that's sir. That's when it activated to the back.
Yeah. Where's your ID?
Right, yes, Chief.
Mackey tries his best to talk his way out of it, saying he has his own company that does escorts of criminals. Since he was using the emergency lights to get onto traffic, it makes him very probable he's impersonating a police officer.
Cool.
It is, sir.
That said, with what my chief's observation, the use of those are for strictly business purposes. You can't be using it to pull into traffic, okay?
Yes, sir.
So I am going to issue a citation for unlawful operation for emergency vehicle, okay?
He was cited for unlawful operation of an emergency vehicle and was arrested 2 days later on the felony charge of impersonating a public officer.